Hi, my name is Lucas. I'm 23 years old and I'm happy to open a World Transformation Movement Center in Nice, France. I was born near Paris and I grew up in the area of Nice. And I studied a bachelor degree in management of science and technologies, doing 1 year in Mexico, and after this, traveling to Canada. And I stumbled across the information while I was in Canada. It looked really improbable. I was like, oh, this is another fake thing that I'm not even believing in, but I just want to prove that it's wrong again, just so I know. So I downloaded the free version of the book on my Kindle and started reading it. And the more I was reading, the more it was obvious that he was talking about something totally different from anyone else, and everything made sense. Yeah, after that I read a few more books. I realized, no, this is the one. All the information started growing on me, and I started seeing the world through the information and understanding things and people around me, like for the first time, the way they are. And it's totally healed my depression. I can sleep at night. I don't feel stressed, or I don't feel guilty. I don't have any shame. It totally rewrote my understanding of the world. So this is why I think that this book, Freedom, The End of the Human Condition, is the only thing we need for humanity to really step forward and carry on its journey and go to enlightenment. Enlightenment meaning understanding of ourselves and understanding of the world around us, because we've just understood bits around us, but we've never answered the core question of who are we as a species, what are our origins, what's the meaning of life, what are we supposed to do with our lives. And those questions have been puzzling me all my life, and now I have the answers to it. Now I know what to do. I know that we need to support this, and that's why I want to start translating some of the essays and eventually the book in French. So yeah, it's gonna take some time, but there's a growing community around it, and it's amazing to see everyone getting involved and taking part in the project. So I just want to be part of it and open a center myself and reach as many people as I can. Yeah, before I encountered the information, I was actually really stuck in myself, and I wasn't even trying to look at the world anymore. I wasn't watching the news, and I was pretty concerned just about my own human condition and trying to hide it from people, trying not to show that I was depressive, not looking at people, taking distance from my family, traveling to another country, and always being on the run, always having changing groups of friends and changing works. I was just trying to wrestle and understand what was going on in my head, and that's when I found the information, and it was really on time, because I was really starting to wonder whether I was just going mad. I was starting to ask people. Thankfully, it seems not, and now I feel healed. I understand myself, I understand my life, I understand other people's life. I can understand my family, the people I grew up with, or even people I just met. I can tell what they are trying to do, their strategies, how they cope with life. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's a wonderful tool, but it's more than a tool. It's not just a way to understand and screw on people. It's a way to really understand people to the core and be able to love and appreciate them for who they are and for what they're doing, and having a lot of empathy. This is really giving us the empathy. The intellect has finally the ability to work with the soul. They join hands in our purpose to love each other and to be part of a greater family, a greater group. What I really enjoy about this information is that you can really prove it. It explains so many things that couldn't be explained before. It explains why human infancy is so long, so why we remain in infancy for almost 13 years, and we stay so vulnerable to the world. Why we lost all our natural abilities, a lot of advantages that we had in the nature, like for example the projecting cannons to defend ourselves, a bigger body and a stronger body for males who would usually compete amongst each other in most primates. So all of this is explained in the book, and really there's no denying it. It's the only thing that makes sense. The explanation that we used to have cooperative behavior and that before the intellect came along, we were just all cooperative and loving and altruist to each other. This is the only way that explains who we are now, and it can be proven from fossils. It can be proven in our body today. It's the only thing that makes sense, and we also see it in the bonobo species. So that's maybe the most scientific and maybe just a detail, but it's really the cornerstone because it proves the thesis. So we can obviously see in our generation, but in our time in general, that the psychosis is everywhere amongst people. It's hard to deny that there's something going on with humans, and that we haven't been able to address it so far. All the problems that we have of inequalities, of racism, the war between sexes, just people ignoring each other, not looking at each other in the eyes because they don't want you to see their human condition. They are afraid of seeing yours, and just people avoiding each other. If you're in a big city, it feels like you're alone, and it's been going on for too long. And now that we have the answer, it's really the only responsible thing to do is to read it and confront it. We're gonna have to be responsible and be able to face the truth, because we have an ego, and the ego is made to understand the truth, and that's why we're human. We're human to understand the truth and to love with our soul, and understand that this will all end as soon as we all understand this. The psychosis is going to come to an end, and we're going to live in a new world, in a new era, really. We don't know exactly how it's going to be, but it's going to be full of love and full of understanding. So it's going to be beautiful, and that's what matters for us and for the generations to come. It's not only about us. So yeah, a lot of happy prospect, a lot of good news coming up.